Smash Brothers, Nintendo's fighting game franchise, I guess we could call it. The franchise that represents the best from Nintendo when it comes to, hey, it's their take on fighting games, it's brilliant, it's their own mascots, everybody loves it. It's also very hype-inducing in the way it builds up, especially with trailers every single week or every single time we get one, and every day would happen with the Smash Dojo, I believe. I wasn't around during that time, and the Miiverse update we got every day, building up and giving us more and showing us more of the game, but also represents the worst when it comes to the Nintendo fanbase, when people don't know to shut up about where Smash, and getting disappointed when Nintendo doesn't announce Smash Brothers in the Nintendo Direct that was not about Smash Brothers. But anyway, this is the series regarding Super Smash Brothers and predictions for Super Smash Brothers Switch. Yes, this is the intro that I'll be using on every single one of the videos. There will be 7 in total, each representing 7 different topics. Some of them topics in franchises in collective or just universes. So yeah, let's get on to whatever topic it is, because this is always going to be the same intro. Also, since it's the same intro, getting out of the way, I'm expecting Super Smash Brothers Switch, be it 5 or 4 port, to just be taking Smash Brothers 4 and expanding it, be it the engine with added new characters, new game modes, and yeah, that's about it. So let's get on to it. Now for this episode, we're gonna move on to the Zelda franchise. And why Zelda? Well, because why Zelda is one, because I could think of other franchises to include here, but I didn't want to put too many together. So first things first, again, much like the Mario franchise and mostly like every other video, I expect every single character to return. However, I am expecting that Ganondorf will get a major rework, and that character and the old moveset is going to be taken out by a new character, and I'll explain that it's in another video that I explain that on whose character I think it should be, and I think I've talked about this in the previous video, but still, let's move on. And this new moveset for Ganon, I hope that either A is an original moveset to better represent him, or B, a moveset that actually represents how it is in the games, be it dual leading like he did in Wind Waker, be it with some of the crazier powers that Ganon, or the Ganon fights, because there's technically 5 fights in Breath of the Wild. Maybe I haven't finished the DLC, so maybe there's another boss battle, but you know. But hey, it could be. Newcomers for the Zelda franchise, I'm expecting all 4 champions from Breath of the Wild to come in and represent, each of them represent different fighting styles from the Breath of the Wild, I'm expecting, for example, the Rook to be a hammer wielder, and that's the thing that kind of complicates things, is the Rook and Herbosa both kind of use swords, which already are in Smash, but like, we don't have many. I don't think we even have a single character that's a lance-based character that Mipha could fill the role. Also, Rivali could just have a bow and arrow. Both of Rivali already has an up B ready, which is Rivali's Gale, and maybe they could even use that, like, not just take consideration what they do in the games, but also what they could do given who they are and what their species. The only characters really that wouldn't bring a lot of variety would be the Rook and Herbosa, because I believe the Rook is mostly a sword wielder, but he could be a sword wielder or a dual-handed, or even just bring in the sledgehammers and all that stuff, which I believe it's the weapon is the sword type that he is actually using, is one of the bigger swords from the game that I forget the name right now. But I'm also expecting the 4 champions to come in and also have alternative costumes, with Darunia, Ruto, and Neburu being alternate costumes for Daruk, Mipha, and Herbosa respectively. The only one I don't think it will have or should have or might not have alternative costume would actually be Rivali, because honestly, I can't think of a Rito that is important. I can think of one, and it's the little, is it Medley? I think that's her name, right? The little sage from Wind Waker. Let me confirm, because I was gonna confirm and then I forgot. Yeah, Medley. Okay, so I was right. Medley being the only one that I can think of. There's not really many other important Ritos, so it will fall upon her to be it. The other thing I'm expecting, and I'm not really expecting, this is more of a hope, is that we finally have a character that should have been in the games for a long time, and it's Impa. I hope, or the Impa, I hope she's in the game in some way or form. I hope that if she is in the game, that she either A, has her moveset, has a brand new moveset and is a brand new character, and has a moveset much more akin to Hyrule Warriors, how she worked with the Naginata, I forget, I think that's how you pronounce it. She, I think, could also replace Sheik with Sheik's moveset. Honestly, Sheik at this point has no reason to be in the game. It has been, Jesus, how many years? Almost 20 years since Sheik was in the game. It was Ocarina of Time, and since then we haven't seen Sheik. He hasn't appeared in any Zelda games. And Impa has, and Impa could have 3 great costumes from all 3 games where she played. She plays a major part in all the games, like Wind Waker, not Wind Waker, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, not Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and Hyrule Warriors could all be 3 different costumes with all their skins. Sheik, it made sense for Impa not to be in Super Smash Bros. Melee and Super Smash Bros. Brawl if they were using the just Sheikah as a character, and obviously Impa couldn't make much sense with being Sheik and the dual character transformation between Zelda and Sheik, and I don't think they're going to bring back transformation characters. I don't think they should bring transformation characters. Sheik has no reason of being in the games apart from fans like Sheik. That could easily be replaced by, Impa. Impa is just as good, if not better, than Sheik. But if nothing else happens, these 2 things don't happen, at the very least, I hope that the team behind Super Smash Bros., be it again Namco Bandai, or be it Sakurai, or be it someone else, to just, and I'm asking, just put Impa in the game. I think that she, from all the characters that people talk about not being included in Smash Brothers, is one of the characters that absolutely should get a spot in Smash, even if it's just an assist trophy, From all the characters, from Ridley to Skull Kid to Isaac from Golden Sun and all the other characters, she needs to be, at the very least, represented in the game as an assist trophy as a character, because Impa has been such a fundamental part, an integral part to all, for a lot of Zelda games, especially in the 3D ones where she holds so much weight. Ocarina of Time, Protector of Zelda, Twilight, and the same thing in Skyward Sword. Same thing practically happens in Breath of the Wild, and the same thing in Hyrule Warriors. Impa deserves a recognition and to be in, at the very least, a costume in Super Smash Brothers. So yeah, that's been the Zelda episode of it, and yeah, apart from that 30 seconds that I spent looking for the name of the girl from Wind Waker, this video was about 8 minutes, just not counting the intro, which will be the intro for every single episode. So anyway, thank you for watching. Which characters, by the way, do you think from Zelda are returning? Which ones aren't? Which ones do you want it to be in the game, as be it alternative costumes or brand new characters? Also, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of the series. There will be the playlist on screen alongside the playlist for my Breath of the Wild, conveniently, DLC series, and my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 series. So thank you for watching. I've been the Legend of the S, and I'll see you guys next time.